You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Detroit HD2.
The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Good afternoon and welcome to Urban Review. Happy to have you here with us today as we are here on June the 16th, 2022, and it is a hot one in Detroit. I'm telling you, it's about 93 degrees with a real field temperature of 101. And I was out in the middle of it earlier today, right at 12 noon actually, as we celebrated the groundbreaking for the Dave Bean Community Park. That's right, the old Luger Park that's located at 18904 Lejeune Street has been renamed to the Dave Bean Community Park, and the Detroit Pistons have committed and are building a new basketball court on the grounds. Also, the United States Tennis Association is building a brand new tennis court. They have partnered with Hartford Memorial Baptist Church that owns the property, and will be working with them to put playground equipment and exercise equipment and maintain the beautification of the park. And it really is going to enhance the community as well as the entire neighborhood, and is an opportunity to enhance the entire city of Detroit. So we're really happy to be a part of that wonderful experience. We happen to have an opportunity to meet Mr. George Blaha, the announcer for the Pistons, personally, and Mr. Gregory Kelser was there, former NBA basketball star, and just many others were there to help celebrate this wonderful occasion, the groundbreaking of the Dave Bean Community Park, located at 18904 Lejeune Street. And be sure to stop by as that progresses and becomes a beautiful facility for not only the community and the neighborhood, but the entire city of Detroit. Secondly, we want to just acknowledge and announce a couple of upcoming events. First of all, on Saturday, June the 18th, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. at that same location there at Lejeune, or Dave Bean Community Park, will be a Juneteenth celebration, and a portion of the activities will be taking place on the grounds of the Hartford Memorial Baptist Church, which is 18700 James Cousin Highway, right there at the corner of 7 Mile and the Lodge. And there will be just a wonderful celebration. There will be food and fun and picnics. I know that there's going to be drummers, African drummers, and there's going to be a stilt walker, and all types of games for the young people and the children to play. Good food for us to indulge in and to enjoy. And it's going to be a very, very wonderful celebration of Juneteenth. So please come out Saturday, July the 18th, between the hours of 10 and 3 at 18700 James Cousin Highway, or you can go to 18904 Lejeune, and that's going to be the site of the Hartford Baptist Church, Memorial Baptist Church Juneteenth celebration. Then on Sunday, June the 19th, between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., Mr. R.J. Watkins, the owner of this station, WHPR TV 33, will be the guest speaker and honoree at the Father's Day barbecue that's going to be held at Westside Community Church, and that's 4727 Joy Road here in Detroit. And also, Mr. Bert Deering, who is the owner of Bird's Place in Eastern Market, will be there also as an honoree. These are two wonderful entrepreneurs and pioneers in business here in the city of Detroit, and we want to be there to celebrate their honoring and to hear the comments from Mr. guest speaker, Mr. R.J. Watkins. So Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., stop by 4727 Joy Road to enjoy that wonderful experience. And then we have some other activities that are going to be coming up very soon, and we look forward to working with our men of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity as they host their annual boat ride. The boat ride is going to take place the weekend of June 24th through the 26th, and it's going to be just a wonderful, wonderful experience. The first activity is going to be held at the prestigious Detroit Yacht Club, 1 Riverbank Road there in Belle Island in Detroit, and it is from 7 p.m. to 1 p.m., and there is going to be a dual activity, 2 functions going on at the same time. In one ballroom, there will be a comedy show with the host Howie Bell and all of his friends, and then in the other ballroom, there will be DJ Kuntz, and he will be turning the dial and spinning some records so you can dance, you can laugh, you can joke, and you can have fun. This is going to be a wonderful event. And then on Saturday at the riverboat, the Detroit Riverside Marina, from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., there will be a day party. And the day party will be hosted by the men of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, and that will be at the Detroit Riverside Arena from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then, of course, from 8 p.m. On will be the boat ride that will take place, and that is going to be a wonderful experience. And then Sunday at the Alfred Ford Bush Park, which is located 100 Lenox Street in Detroit, there will be a barbecue, and that is going to start at 12 noon, and it is just going to go until we run out of food and festivities. I am a man of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, so it will be a wonderful experience. There's an opportunity to purchase VIP tickets, which will include a private area, a private bar, no-wait bars, and premium food, and that is $200. And then there's also a general admission ticket, which is $75. And you can just go to the site of Eventbrite and put in the tag hashtag TKK Takeover, or the hashtag Omega Takeover, or hashtag Detroit Takeover, and you will be able to access the information. Just once again, go to Eventbrite on your phone or your mobile phone or your mobile device or your laptop, and then when you get to Eventbrite, put in hashtag TKK Takeover, or hashtag Omega Takeover, or hashtag Detroit Takeover, and you will be able to access the purchase of tickets. Remember that there is a dress code for this event, and it will be strictly enforced. We're asking that you wear summer suits and summer dresses, no boots, no gym shoes, and no army fatigue type outfits will be allowed. Once again, no boots, no gold boots, no purple boots, no combat boots, no fatigues, and no gym shoes will be allowed at the event. So put on your summer suits like I have on my linen jacket today, and come on out. Ladies, put on your sundresses. Fellas, put on your seersucker suits, and come on out and have a wonderful time with the men of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity for the Cruise with the Q's weekend. That's the takeover. June 24th through the 26th. The 24th is the event Friday at the Yacht Club, the Detroit Yacht Club. 2 different activities going on. There'll be the comedy show with Howie Bell, and there'll be the dancing and DJ Kuntz. And then on Saturday, the day party at the Detroit Riverside Marina, and then Sunday, Alfred Ford Bush Park for the barbecue. So come on out and have some fun with the men of Omega Psi Phi. Next, I'd like to announce that the Coalition for Urban Youth and Family Development will be hosting its monthly meeting today at 6 o'clock p.m., and you can call in and be a part of that meeting where we talk about substance abuse prevention and being able to come up with programs and strategies that will help our young people, that will help the city of Detroit. We focus on substance abuse prevention, specifically marijuana, alcohol, tobacco, and prescription drugs, including opioids. So come on out, be a part of that. And when I say come on out, all you have to do is get on your phone. It's a Zoom call, and it is meeting ID 790-495-5710. Once again, that's 790-495-5710 for the meeting ID, and the password is CUYFD. That's C as in the center, U for urban, Y for youth, F for family, and D for development. CUYFD is the password, and once again, call into Zoom, and the meeting ID is 790-495-5710. And we are really looking forward to being able to have some meaningful discussions. We've got some great things coming up. One of the things that we have coming up is the Community Anti-Drug Coalitions of America Mid-Year Training Institute that's going to be taking place in at the Gaylord Palms in Orlando, Florida. That will be taking place July the 17th through the 21st. And we will be focusing on prevention today for a drug-free tomorrow. And there will be a wonderful opportunity to learn various environmental strategies that can be utilized to help impact the use of harsh drugs and be able to overcome those substances. As you know, the last month we really focused on the nicotine and tobacco. We had our No Menthol Sunday event, and we partnered with the Center for Black Health and Equity, and it was a very impactful event. And one of the things that we're trying to accomplish is banning the sale of menthol and other flavored tobacco products, especially here in the Detroit area, where 90% of the menthol flavored smoking individuals are African Americans. And we know that menthol helps make smoking easier. It masks the harsh flavor of tobacco, and it helps to make a person become addicted. And there are other addictive chemicals that have been mixed in with those flavors, and it was specifically targeted at African Americans. And we know that we want to do everything we can to enhance the opportunities for a healthy, happy, and successful life for all of our people. And we want to target those products that will be a major risk factor for us in our survival. So once again, we're going to ask that you support that effort to ban the sale of menthol-flavored cigarettes in Wayne County. Now, as we talk about having a successful life, one of the things that we certainly want to do is focus on some of the risk factors that impact our lives. One of the things that we want to just give a shout out about is to still encourage everyone to practice the functions that will help prevent the spread and the contact of COVID-19. I just received a text message from one of my fraternity brothers, Alfred Parham, and I'm going to give him a shout out. Brother Alfred, we're praying for you and your fast and quick recovery, as he just discovered yesterday that he was positive for COVID-19. So it is something that still impacts us. People are still contacting and contracting COVID-19, and we really urge you and encourage you to go out and get vaccinated, first of all. It saves lives. It is functional. And secondly, we ask you to practice social distancing when it is appropriate. Also, to consider wearing your mask when you're in large, crowded environments, even though it is no longer a mandated requirement from the federal government. We ask you to use common sense and not try and put yourself in a position where you would be vulnerable to contracting COVID-19. And because all of these things help to lead to a healthy and happy and successful life. And it also leads to healthy emotional and mental lives. We know that suicide has been a major risk factor for people in the African American community as around the globe. We know that men are at a higher rate of successful completions of a suicide than women. We also know that our youth are at high risk for and vulnerability for suicidal ideology, and we want to do everything that we can to help change that mental attitude. And then also we know that substance abuse is a risk factor, and when you combine substance abuse, the abuse of marijuana, the abuse of alcohol, the abuse of tobacco, the abuse of prescription drugs, that will also lead to emotional instability and also could lead to one being willing to harm themselves and make suicidal attempts. And what are the things that we try and share with our youth and our young people that will help them have a successful life? And one of the things that I utilize is a book called Success for Teens. And this is a book that we have used repeatedly with the young people in our summer youth employment programs and the various programs that we have for our youth that are in and transitioning out of the foster care system. This book was established by the Success Foundation, which is located at 200 Wisher Road in Lake Dallas, Texas. And you can contact them toll-free 800-752-2030, or once again, that's 800-752-2030, and you can obtain a copy of this book free of charge. Just contact them and they will mail it to you. But this book has some very key strategies in it for being successful in life, and they kind of summarize it, first of all, by saying that little things matter, attitude is everything, the present is all you have, the present moment is all you have, it takes small steps to get where you're going, failure is your best friend, good habits are your next best friend, and you're always learning. So you take those steps right there and add to them various concepts and understanding, and that can lead and will lead to a successful life. Let's talk about the little things matter. You know, every time you do something, it adds up to a big thing. It's like called the ripple effect. If you drop a pebble into the water, you'll see one ring, then two rings, and then three rings, and it has a ripple effect and it grows. Well, the same thing happens with an individual. Let us say that you start doing some weights, just arm curls, and every day you do 50. Well, you'll notice that after 2 or 3 months of doing 50 every day, that you're stronger, and now you're able to do even more. So you'll be able to double the number that you're doing, and now you're doing 100 arm curls each day. You'll notice that the biceps and the triceps will start to enlarge, and you'll start getting definition. But all you were doing was just those 50 arm curls that first day. But every little bit matters. The same thing with smoking. Yes, smoking one cigarette is not going to give you cancer. But if you smoke one cigarette every day, the buildup of the tars and the nicotines in your lung could lead to cancer. It could also lead to cancer in the mouth or oral cancer, cancer in the lips. So little things matter. If there are little negative things, it will ultimately combine to a big negative thing. If it's little positive things, it also can combine to a big positive things. So remember, little things matter. Then the next thing, attitude is everything. Okay, it's your philosophy, and your philosophy is the key, because your philosophy creates your attitude. It's how you view things in the world, and also how you view yourself. And how you view yourself creates your life. If you view yourself as a successful person, you're going to have a successful life, because you're going to go out and do the things that it takes to be successful. But if you view yourself as a gangster, or if you view yourself as a hoodlum, or you view yourself as a warrior, then you're going to become those things, because you're going to go out and do the things that manifest that outcome. So remember, the way you view yourself is the way it will create the life that you have. And you can change yourself by changing your philosophy, by changing your attitude. So if you want to change yourself for the positive, develop a positive attitude, because you are your attitude. And then the next thing is use the moment. That's right, use the moment. Your circumstances are not you. And I'm a prime example. I'm a living testimony. I was a person that was abandoned at age 2. My parents were heroin addicts, and in their heroin-soaked minds, they thought that life would be better for themselves if they got rid of their children. And they had 3 sons, myself and 2 brothers. I was 2, my next brother was 3, and my oldest brother was 4. And they literally put us in the car one day, took us downtown, and left us standing on the steps of the city courthouse. We were placed in the foster care system and raised in foster care. And afterwards, when you look at the statistics for youth in foster care, 65% of the boys who transition out of foster care transition into prison. 45% of the young women transition into homelessness, substance abuse, prostitution. And only 2% transition into higher learning, have a college degree, and live a productive life. I happen to be one of those 2%, but that proves that it can be done. You can change your circumstances. You do not have to be a victim of your circumstances. You can't control what happens to you, only how you react to it. I couldn't control the fact that my parents made the decision to leave us standing on the steps of the city courthouse. Nor could I control the fact that I was placed in the foster care system. But as I was growing up and had the opportunity to attend high school and to do those type of things and to get an education, that was my opportunity to react to it, and I reacted in a positive way. So when we come back from this brief commercial break, we're going to wrap things up by telling you steps 4, 5, and 6 that will help lead you to a positive life. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
You will love your Avis Ford, because at Avis Ford, we make it easy to get you your no money down monthly payment right over the phone. We call it Shop by Phone, and it's the best way we know to get you your payment options fast. You want leather and a sunroof? How about an upgrade to all-wheel drive? Just give us a call. Shop online, shop by phone, or visit us at Telegraph at 12 Mile. Call 1-800-SHOP-FORD.
The Center for Urban Youth and Family Development is a nonprofit organization that focuses on preventing personal problems we believe are facilitated by being raised in a foster care environment, or remediating potential problems through education and information to the community. Our programs focus on 3 key areas: youth aging out of foster care, community action, and healthcare. Our programs are focused on young adults in the foster care system who are about to age out, those that have just aged out, and the community at large. The Center for Urban Youth and Family Development hosts a variety of services focusing on the needs of foster care youth throughout the community. We also work with numerous community coalitions in our effort to provide the best services for our clients and to help build stronger communities. We believe that a healthy mind and body are cornerstones to a healthy and prosperous community. The center also engages our community in mental health and wellness advocacy as well as suicide prevention. Fostered youth emerge from the foster care system vulnerable to substance abuse with little opportunity to obtain higher education or develop life skills. The Center for Urban Youth and Family Development empowers youth that are in and transitioning out of the foster care system to overcome the struggles and challenges by providing them substance abuse prevention, life skills training, and workforce development programs. Drawing from the life experiences of our founder, Mr. Marcel Arbuckle, we open the door to positive and productive life through education, health, and life skills development. For more information, you can visit our website at cuyfddetroit.org or check out our social media at cuyfddetroit.
Hi, and welcome back. We were just wrapping up our discussion on things that you can do to be successful and have a happy life. We talked about the fact that little things matter, and knowing what to do isn't always the same as doing it. We talked about attitude is everything, and you can change your circumstances by changing your attitude. We talked about use the moment, because you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. And the next thing is everything starts with small steps. That first step is not as hard as you think it'll be, and the second step is just as important as that first step. And remember that there's no such thing as failure. Nothing beats a failure but a try. You learn from failing. So failure is actually your best friend, because success is built on failure. We always think about the fact that Michael Jordan shot hundreds, literally hundreds of that shot in the last 2 seconds of the game. He only made about 10% of them, but those are the ones we remember. Habits are very powerful. The little things you do will add up to big things, and you can make your dreams come true. All you've got to do is really work at it. So as we wrap up today, remember that we want our community to live happy, healthy lives, and we know that when the body and mind is strong, the life will be happy, and that is by avoiding substance abuse. We want to have good mental stability so that we will be avoiding suicidal ideologies. We want to make sure that we're using good common sense and getting tested for COVID. And we want to make sure that we avoid substance abuse and alcohol abuse, tobacco, and for goodness sakes, don't share prescription drugs, okay? And as we come to a close of the show today, we want you to remember the poem that our friend Mr. Nelson Mandela recited to himself every day for 27 years while he was in captivity, and that is, out of the night that covers me black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods there be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance I have not winced nor cried aloud, and under the bludgeoning of chance my head is bloodied but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid, for it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the captain of my fate and the master of my soul. And then, as you embark upon your journey of life, remember that when you're up against some trouble, meet it squarely face to face. Plant your feet, set your shoulders, lift your chin, and take a brace. If it's veiled to try and dodge it, in spite of all that you can do, remember, you may fail, but you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. And if the worst is bound to happen in spite of all that you can do, remember, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile when with troubles you'll be set. But remember, you're simply mating what other men have met. So if you fail, fall still fighting. And don't give up whatever you do. Keep your eyes to the front, your head high to the finish, and see it through. Thank you for watching Urban Review.